What's up, everybody? Tom played Dying Light from Techlands, and so yeah, Tom, what did you think?
I really liked it, actually. It might not be my game of show, but I did really like it. It kind of took Mirror's Edge and Left 4 Dead and kind of put it together. So it was like a I guess like a first-person Mirror's Edge mixed with like Left 4 Dead, and then some of the enemies were actually like kind of like Resident Evil 4 and 5 enemies. Like they had like a dude that swung around like a really heavy hammer, and the zombies were very like Left 4 Dead type zombies, and they didn't call them zombies; they were called virals. So I mean, they weren't really like zombies per se, because some of them could run, some of them were like slow and shambling, some of them could spit acid, some of them exploded, but I really liked a lot of the elements that were included. Like, I mean, you could, if you were trapped, and I mean, they really make it so that if there's more than a few on you, like, you're done, like, you can't get away. So it's like, you really need to, like, you know, you sprint, you get to a fence, you sprint over the fence, like, you get up, you climb up all this stuff, then you set off a car alarm to distract them, so you can just sneak out of there, or you can set up, like, some sort of, like, booby trap to, like, take them all out. So the game is, it's like Left 4 Dead, but it's also like Mirror's Edge. And I also like the fact that, like, you know, most games where you can just like, jump off like a high ledge, I was like, oh, sweet. I'm like, I'm gonna jump off this ledge onto another ledge, parkour into a ledge. I parkoured off one ledge, but it was high, so I crashed through the entire building, and then I ended up in the street surrounded by
That's
zombies.
nuts.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, great. And then all these dudes were just on top of me, and I was like, oh, great. And the weapons are awesome too. Like, I mean, they were kind of like standard. I mean, I started off with a bat with like nails in it, but I also had your basic handgun, basic rifle type thing. The one weapon that was awesome, like really awesome, is I had it was a sword, but it was like a sword attached to a flamethrower, and when you hit the zombie caught on fire, and then they still came at you for a while. I mean, the game's, it's super intense. It's really, really intense. I wouldn't say it's scary, but it's like, I was like, this is really intense. How am I going to get out of this situation?
It's definitely, so you're saying it's so I'm assuming it's a lot of fun to play, especially what you were just telling me with like how they set on fire and things like that.
Out of all the games I played so far at E3, it's probably the most fun game I played. Maybe not the best. I mean, the graphics are on par. They're good. The music's good. It's serviceable. The controls are actually really tight, and those are good. But it's probably the most fun game I played at E3 so far.
Awesome. All right, guys, check out Dying Light when it comes out next year.